The Gina and Matty Podcast.
We know him as our weatherman. We see him every morning on Sunrise on Channel 7. We know he's got the little bub now. We also know he loves his cats, and he's now got a new picture book out. It is called Suddenly One, and the man, the myth, the legend himself, Sam Mack, joins us.
What an introduction. My goodness. I feel like this whole interview has peaked at the introduction. Good morning.
And we've run out of time. Thanks, mate, for joining us.
Good morning, Sam. We're so happy to have you on the show. I've been watching you on socials for ages with those beautiful, when you get your baby on the guitar and sing, and is that the cutest?
It's so sweet. Thank you, guys. It's it's a very special time. I think what happened with this book is basically when Margot, so I've got two daughters now. Margot just turned 2, and we have a newborn named Mabel, who was only born 4 weeks ago. So things are pretty hectic.
Margot and Mabel, that's beautiful.
Throw in all the sunrise travel with that, and I get about 8 minutes of sleep per day. But that's okay. A lot of parents can relate, I'm sure. So what happened was when Margot turned 1, I wrote this piece, which was really just, I think for me, a little bit of a time capsule. I wanted to capture how I felt, as a new parent and all the milestones that she achieved in that first year, and a little piece that I thought one day she might read when she's older, and I put a few bits of video to it and put it on social media, and overnight it had, I think, over 1 million views, and then Penguin reached out to me and said, we think this could be a great picture book.
For everyone listening at home, they can put their own photos of their own child. Is that how it works?
Yeah, exactly. So we've got a little insert at the front where you're supposed to, whether it's a Polaroid or whether you print a photo out. So it's a special book to you. And I like the idea of, grandparents reading it with the little ones. And I love the idea of families enjoying this together.
I can hear the heartstrings of the Central Coast being absolutely pulled right now. So cash registers at the bookstores, get ready. How long did it take you to put the kids' book together? Was it a long process, or did it all just flow out naturally?
Well, I mean, it's not that glamorous, but I wrote the actual poem on the back of an Uber Eats delivery bag. And then I started it at home, and then I had a few flights to Sunrise because we're travelling all over the country. I think actually a Perth flight, which is obviously about 4 or 5 hours. So I really got stuck into it there, and then over the next few days I refined it. And so, the actual words they came out pretty quickly.
And more importantly, what was in the food on that Uber Eats bag?
It was Indian. I do the basic Indian meal, which I think everyone does, which is butter chicken, right? Butter chicken, maybe some naan bread, just mild, let's not go too crazy, and some rice.
I love that. Hey, Sam, so is Margot, as a 2-year-old now, is she turning out a bit musical because of how you've raised her, do you think? Side note, with the guitar?
I hope so. I really hope so. I mean, I play guitar and had her sitting on the guitar when she was only a few weeks old. We sing to her every night. One of my favourite moments was probably when she was about 18 months old. I'd sing the same songs to her every night because I've got a captive audience. They can't run away.
That's right.
And I'd always sing the Beatles, Hey Jude. I'm a big Beatles fan. And then one night out of nowhere, she just suddenly started finishing all the lyrics. And she hadn't really joined in ever, but suddenly she basically knew the first 30 or 40 seconds of the song.
That's amazing. I have a 21-year-old son now, and my husband is a guitarist as well. And when he was little, we always used to sing him, songs to put him to sleep. And we used to sing that, "Good night, sweetheart, well, it's time to go." But it's sunk in. Jackie's a musician now, and he's a beautiful singer, and his harmonies.
That's awesome.
It's sinking in.
Yeah,
it's sinking
they
in,
do,
Sam.
They do. They really soak it all in. Like, she even sings in tune, which is, I don't. So I don't know who she learned that from.
You're joining a large chorus of people who have written children's books, and our very own Gina Jeffries, country music star here, almost branched out into kids' books yourself, right?
Yeah, I had written a bunch of kids' books but never taken it to that final step, and I sort of used him as a guinea pig and raised him with lots of positivity and just constantly told him how kind he was so that he would show me that, even when he was kicking another kid in the shins. My focus was always what was lovely about him, and I mucked around with writing a few books. I was going to run an idea by you, Sam, and see what you think.
Please.
So I wrote one called The Two Little Boys in the Secret Tunnel, because his best friend lived across the paddock we were on acreage, and they met, they sort of saw each other across the grass, and all they wanted to do was see each other all the time. So in my mind, they dug a secret tunnel so they could sneak out, and along the way they would help give toys to the neighbours' kids who were a bit poor, and there was a chocolate river down there and, these
Wow.
things.
This is cool. I love this. Like, I
Really?
feel like maybe it's not a book. Maybe it's like a Pixar movie. I can see this. Let's go big.
Oh, we're getting a bit ahead of ourselves, I think, Sam.
Suddenly One, the book is out now from every good bookstore. You got to go out and get it. Buddy, I've got to ask this. As the Sunrise weather guy, do you think you could stick around and in place of Susie, do the weather report for us in your best Sunrise Sam Mac voice?
100%. I feel like this is the opportunity I've been working towards my entire career. I am ready. Bring it on.
All right, look out, Susie, because we're going to hear it from him next. Sam Mac, it has been an absolute pleasure.
Oh, thanks, guys. And I'll see you at the movie premiere for the Tunnel.
Yeah.
The Tunnel movie in 2028.
See you there.
Thanks, guys. Have a good day.
The Gina and Matty Podcast.
For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.